Being a leader is about serving, not being served. My father always taught us. He's an Ashanti chief, which makes me a princess. Our elders tell us the story about our heritage and how we have always been warriors. They didn't tell us how the Ashantis both participated in the slave trade and resisted it. I always thought we fought the British to end slavery. Heritage. It's more complicated than I thought. Initially, I went on this trip just to see places I hadn't seen before. I thought I knew all of the important things about my heritage and my country. At the slave river, our guide explained how people were captured, made to walk miles with no shoes on, and branded by their new owners with a symbol in flaming hot cast iron. How did human beings subject others to this torture and pain? What was their crime? Being strong enough to work? I was amazed at their strength and endurance, but all of this made me sick to my stomach. On our way to Jukwa, I sat at the back of the bus, angry. I avoided anyone whose skin was different from mine, even though I knew they weren't to be blamed. I didn't have the emotional capacity to acknowledge that. At Cape Coast Castle, our guide led us through the slave dungeon, describing how people were taken from their farms and homes. They were chained together and packed tightly with barely any room to breathe. There was no sunlight, and they were forced to stand and sleep in their own filth. Women were abused by their governors for amusement, and those who refused were locked away and left to die. Then we visited Challenging Heights, an organization who works to stop child trafficking and modern-day slavery. The founder was the youngest of 12 children and sold by his parents into the fishing industry at the age of 6. He eventually escaped, went to school, and became a banker. Then started Challenging Heights. At our visit, I realized we often blame others for enslaving us. But through our ignorance, we continue to harm our own people, especially when children are sent to live with wealthier families with the promise of education. Many are made to work and never go to school, and we look the other way. It's become part of the culture of child nannies, cooks, and housekeepers. I have never thought about it until now. I think about my heritage. It's complicated. Despite everything, many of the slaves from Ghana passed down traditions that still thrive. Their labor built economies. Their creativity shaped music, cuisine, and art. And their descendants have transformed every field from politics to medicine. And here I am, studying nursing in the US. People were enslaved to come here. I have the privilege to choose and work hard on my own terms so that I can be a leader who serves.